on this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
Pizza. Double cheese.
After a harrowing airship voyage,
you were aboard the Second Kiss, and a lot of stuff had happened. You apprehended a traitor, Lucky, the porter. After dealing with him, you're kind of just hanging out. You assuaged the fears of some passengers on the ship, and while Saikir was hanging out with Dezen, it rained snakes. You dealt with the snakes.
It's a rain of snakes.
Micah's angels finally make it to Cloudreaver Keep.
You see in the distance, Cloudreaver Keep. It is a fortress city, like these big walls built on top of like a mesa. You can see smokestacks coming out of it, and it has a bunch of different like docks extending out and a bunch of airships like docked there.
And take care of some business before heading out to the Spellscar Desert.
I heard you had a little bit of a rough and tumble passenger.
Yeah, just follow me. I'll take you there.
You better give him back his broken glasses.
Oh, yeah. These are his glasses, not the shards of the glasses.
You are a monster.
Well, if he can't see, he can't try to escape. Ask these guys. It's practical sense.
That's cruel but practical sense.
Thank you.
It's time for a pit stop.
How about we go back to my room and you can show me a little bit more fast? I bet I can make you feel lighter than air.
Now.
Hey guys, Derek here again, and I just wanted to jump in before the episode to remind you all that we're doing a commission giveaway. We have a Google form linked in the episode description where you can sign up to win a commission by our very own Drow. Drow is an incredible character artist and does all the headshots for our characters on the show. So, if you want to get your own custom commission done by Drow, make sure to fill out the Google form for the giveaway. I will be announcing the winner in next week's episode, so if you want in, be sure to get your entry in before Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. That's all I got, so please enjoy Season 3, Episode 45, Snake and Egg Breakfast. So I wanted to ask you guys about some favorites that you might have. Now, before we get into these favorites that I want to talk about, I want to just lay some groundwork on what I consider favorites. Because some people treat favorites as like this all-time thing that's like a standard. And in my opinion, as someone who can't remember everything that I like all the time, it's stupid. So favorites are just like the things I like that I can remember. And there's no like set number, like this is number one, this is number two. It's just like a group of 3
Agreed.
to 5, right?
Yeah.
And then like things can come in and out of that as needed, more or less. So I wanted to ask you guys, because I've been thinking about movies recently. I've been watching more movies a little bit, which is like one a month, more than I normally do. I'm not a big movie person.
Yeah.
It's just not my medium. But I like the movies that I like. I wanted to go around the table and talk about like, what is your top 3 favorite movies? Keeping that in mind that favorites can be this thing that are nebulous and don't need to be like strictly ranked.
Subject to change.
Exactly. Anyone want to start us off?
Not me. Don't start
I got
with
it.
me.
You said 3 movies, and
3
I
movies.
already had 3. Like you, I don't watch very many movies, but I have watched more movies than normal in this past month. So first off, I'm going to do one of the old ones. I love Love and Monsters.
Oh, really? What is this movie?
It is a movie. The world has ended because insects and other creatures have become larger. People are surviving in like underground bunkers. And it's about a guy who leaves his bunker because he wants to find his old girlfriend from before all this happened.
Aww.
And he is most likely going to die because he has no survivability, no good surviving abilities for the post-apocalyptic world. And it's a wonderful movie. It's great. I love it. I've watched it 2 or 3 times now, and I recommend it to everybody I can talk to. Second movie, one I have just recently watched, Knives Out.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Fun detective Clue-like movie with a nice little twist halfway through it, nice little twist at the ending, and I loved it. It's got the guy who's played James Bond, like in the most recent couple of movies, Daniel Craig, I think. He plays the smart detective. Captain America's in it, but he's a jerk.
So like how he was in
Chris Evans.
Fantastic Four.
Worse, but yes, actually.
Oh, so like how he was in Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, there we go. And it's got a lot of like really good actors and actresses in it. It's a good movie. Highly recommend. But then again, a lot of people highly recommend Knives Out. It makes me really want to see the second one.
Number 3?
Number 3, I'm just going to combine 3 movies into one because they're all the same movie. John Wick.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Like a good action movie, and all 3 John Wicks are good action movies. It surprised me because they do have a singular ongoing storyline. It's not like first movie, you killed my dog, I want to kill you, and then second movie, like
my second dog. How fucking dare
my
you?
second dog. How dare you kill my... They are related. They're an actual ongoing storyline. One thing from one movie leads to the next.
Right.
It's just...
And I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as far as I can tell, they have a keen eye for detail in their action scenes. John Wick reloads all the time. There are many times where he runs out of ammo and just chucks his gun at people to serve as a distraction so we can get closer and just stab them. And it's just something that I noticed is you can count the number of people that survive his fights on one hand throughout 3 movies, because there is, without a doubt, he finishes every person he fights. If he has a gun in his hand, he finishes them with a bullet to the head. No questions asked. If it's, you see him snap necks, and when he has to use a knife, you'll have no doubt those people are dead. This is not like playing a video game like Payday 2, where you're like, I've just shot 500 SWAT team members, but statistically, some of them are going to survive because, bullets to the chest are not always lethal. They can just incapacitate. That's not like that with John Wick.
No.
He kills them all. And it's a little attention to detail about how ruthless this assassin is when he decides he has to be ruthless. And Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves.
He is so professional in the revenge is something that happens.
Yeah. Like, people understand, and it's my favorite thing because the ongoing joke through all movies is, hey, John, you
working again?
Working again? And he's like, most of the time, I'm just handling some old business. And it makes it really pay off the one time he does say he's working. I highly recommend those movies. Very good.
That sounds great.
So that's Love and Monsters, Knives Out, John Wick.
Good picks. Drow?
I did actually just see all 3. I think the 4th one is out now.
Yeah, the 4th one's either about
John
to
Wick
be or
movies.
is out.
Yeah. And they were actually really good. But then again, I've loved Keanu Reeves since I knew
Keanu Reeves
that a person was able to be loved like that who was not family.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
I love Keanu Reeves like I should love family.
Matrix raised me.
It did. Okay. It did. And if I'm going to talk about just movies that I really enjoy, I'll go with like a recent one that stood the test of time. And I don't know, just like a one that I keep on thinking about. Recent one, Puss in Boots and the Last Wish.
I want to see it so bad.
So cute and so good. And it had good emotion. It had amazing animation. Like, if you liked the animation from Into the Spider-Verse, you'll probably like a lot of the scenes in Puss in Boots.
Oh, cool.
Except it's more colorful somehow.
It's a fairy tale.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, they kind of had it in a cityscape with Into the Spider-Verse, but they still had like paintings and they had the characters really vibrant. They did that too, and everything was just amped up in terms of saturation, and I loved that. It was so stylized. It was grand. I can't wait to see what they do in the next one because it seems as though they're going to have Shrek. I would love to see an updated version of Shrek.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that'd be cool.
I'm getting off track. The one that I've loved kind of that has stood the test of time is Hell's Moving Castle.
You stole one of mine.
Yes. You can still use it.
Because it's your favorite, you still use it.
I already know everything's going to be okay. I just get the opportunity to like lie back, have something familiar happen in the background that's colorful and distracting and relatively peaceful.
Yeah.
And if I watch it again, usually I notice a new little detail like, oh, look at the way the feathers split off of Hal's neck, or oh, look at the little ruffles on the dress. Everything is so lovingly crafted. there's something new every time. And one that that just pops up every so often in my head. Either The Secret of Nim or Anastasia.
That's good. Those are good picks.
I don't know if I've seen The Secret of Nim.
I've never seen The Secret of Nim.
I actually didn't watch it until like a year or two ago, where I got my last COVID booster and was very sick and trapped on the couch, and we watched The Secret of Nim, and it was a trip.
Oh, no.
It was fun, though.
It's just been a hot minute.
Yeah. Anastasia is also really good, though.
Also,
Anastasia is
also
choice.
the original Matrix movie. I attribute the original Matrix movie to a lot of my syndromes.
Those are some good picks. So you got Howl's Moving Castle, Puss in Boots movie, the new one, and then Anastasia or
Secret of Nim.
Secret of Nim.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So on to you, Kat.
So this is hard because I hate picking favorites. And I have this feeling like I have really immature, childish movie taste and all. But you know what? I don't care. Our listeners enjoy our immaturity.
I know.
Fart right now.
I know.
Do it.
Oh, what?
How's Movie Castle?
Oh, you shut up.
I feel like it's cheating to say it because someone picked it, but I love that
What's
movie.
your favorite?
I actually know, but I don't want to take
Like,
the thunder.
I want to make Sophie's yellow dress from the end of the movie to have. Like, I love that movie. It was my first Studio Ghibli movie that actually I liked. It took me a while to like some of the other ones. I had to learn my way into it, but I liked Howl's Moving Castle. I even read the book.
Oh.
But I like that one. There's a series of movies. It's similar to say like National Treasure, but have any of you ever heard of The Librarian?
Oh. I have yet to watch them, but I have heard you talk about them a lot.
I want to say I discovered those before National Treasure, but I like treasure hunter movies like that.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen these. That's interesting.
Honestly, that does not shock me, Nancy Drew.
I love stuff like that. And the last one was the hardest because like my all-time favorite movie is Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, of course.
But,
that's what I was going to say. Easy peasy.
But I should probably pick a different one. Though I like stuff like that.
Yeah, just if that's
Allow
your favorite,
yourself.
it's your favorite. Some favorite stick.
Beauty and the Beast is my first ever like movie that I stuck with and all. I think technically it would be The Lion King, but the Beauty and the Beast is my favorite. And yeah, if you ever get a chance to watch The Librarian, it's like a trilogy. And the first and second one are, I'm trying to remember which is which, but they're good. They're like one of those weird sort of low budget type things, but it was the start of my treasure hunter movies.
I want to take an aside real quick. Have you seen the Nancy Drew movie?
I was about
Yes,
to ask
and
the same.
it was so.
Okay.
I enjoyed that movie.
Okay, but you see, my Nancy Drew was reading the books and playing the computer games, and the Nancy Drew in the movie was
Perfect.
preppy.
Perfect.
The Nancy Drew I read got in trouble and didn't,
Ultimate Mary Sue. But intentionally.
Well, like the Nancy Drew I knew was like totally out of her time and solving mysteries when women and girls were supposed to do that. And she couldn't even have a mom in the books because a mom in that time period wouldn't have let her do all the things she did. Like that's literally why she lived with dad.
What did it cost, Nancy? My mother.
And How to Train Your Dragon trilogy.
Yeah.
Good
That's a
honorable
good
mention,
one.
yeah.
That's a
Honorable
good
mention.
one.
Oh, man, those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good movies.
God, the second one, particularly.
Brutal.
Brutal.
So good.
Yes.
I remember you pushed me into the theaters to see the second one, if I remember right.
I saw the first one in Real D. It was one of my first Real D movies.
I think that was, yeah. I think that you and I saw that together.
Oh, that came out in 2014, so we probably did see it together. There's some good picks.
What about you, Fair DM?
So I had to think about a lot because the first two come to me really easy. And you have to understand something about me with movies is that like, because I'm not really into movies, I like what I like, and like what I like does not always overlap with what is like
good,
popular and like objectively good from a film perspective. Because I have this minor qualification of I did have to take a film class in college or something.
You did?
Yeah. I took it as one of my, there's like a certain number of requirements you have to take, and I filled one with the film class. And so like I have an idea of what people like look for in like movies that makes them good.
That doesn't matter.
But
What
I
is
don't
Who
care.
cares?
what is
Yeah.
good is determined by he that holds the bees.
And I'm not trying to be a film critic at all, because that class exposed me to a ton of movies that more than I'd ever watched like in the past couple of years. But like most of the things that like I can say objectively are probably not great, but I love them.
Tell
and
me.
I can't explain it.
You don't have to. They
Top
don't have to
two?
be great.
No, I think if I had to pick one, it's Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That's a good movie.
I love that,
That one
movie.
was so just out there
yeah.
I love that
In
movie
the-
so much.
in the effects where they kind of overlaid comic bits.
It's so
that was so good.
stylized. It's like the Lego movie isn't one of these for me, but it stands out to me as a movie that's so well written because the dialogue and comedy is like jam packed. The writing is like so tight. But Scott Pilgrim
my
is like a
God.
live action version of that.
Is Scott home? Oh, you just missed him.
Yeah.
He just left.
I've never seen that.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim is such a
I
good
should
movie.
show you that. I should show you that one in A Knight's
The
Tale.
first time I watched that movie, I was in college, and me and my roommate Jack were doing pizza night or movie night.
Oh yeah.
And so we specifically watched stupid movies, and that made the cut. And it was so fun. That's like one of the best ones we ever picked to watch. Hilarious. And another thing that's really important for me with movies is soundtrack. And the soundtrack for Scott Pilgrim is awesome.
Is
It's so good.
Good music makes a movie.
rampantly overplayed.
I love
In our
it
home.
so much. I play it all the time. Next one, going off of soundtrack, is I love the 2010 Tron movie,
Yeah.
Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
Haven't seen that one either.
I enjoyed it when it came out, but like when I watched the Tron Uprising TV series, I fell more in love with it. And it has the Daft Punk soundtrack. Oh my goodness.
I want to talk to you about that because I just, for the first time yesterday, saw the de-resed music video, and it's
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
It's so cool.
Because you have the Dafted Punks come into to Flynn's arcade. They kick a machine and it turns on and it starts playing the little
Yeah.
of the backbeat.
Yeah.
You go into the machine. It opens up with the actual backbeat, and the music video. It's just jousting on Tron bikes at first, you think, and then it pulls back and you see that they are Tron horses.
It's so good.
It's so nifty.
Oh my goodness.
I also just love the idea of Tron, like digital world computer. Like that's super cool. That movie
Tron is the Matrix for kids.
that movie isn't a bad movie by objective means, but it's also not quite a like good all-time classic, but I love Tron Legacy.
It's hard to make a classic when a movie series already has a classic in it.
Sure. Well, I
is
don't know. I
that?
don't know if the first Tron is considered a classic or
I've
not.
always heard it. Everybody that
I've never seen it
about
though.
Michael really, really wants to push me to see it, and I'm like, it's dated. It's
not gonna
probably
hit the
going
same.
to suck.
I mean, Jurassic Park you could say is dated too, but it still holds up.
To be fair, I don't think that there were as many beautiful practical effects.
Oh no, not
It's
at all.
also like you got, CGI-ified Tron with Daft Punk music as your like baseline. It's going to be hard to go
Yeah.
back.
Oh no, yeah.
Like
And-
I got into that, and then Derek and I immediately launched into Uprising.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of slick, stylized, but slick CGI.
That was a good TV show.
Such a good
so
TV
good.
So
show.
sad that it ended.
I
I-
love that show.
On a cliffhanger too.
I will make every single animation employee at Disney dangle off the same cliff.
Oh my goodness, but I love Tron. One of the best experiences I've had recently is over Christmas, New Year's. I got ludicrously high on edibles.
Oh my god.
And watched Tron like after all the Christmas stuff was over and like I was just ready to dump a bunch of stress. I got like stoned out of my gourd where I started seeing film grain in real life.
Should do that and then watch the original Tron.
Maybe I probably would really
Oh my
enjoy
God.
it, but I was like one of the best viewing experiences of that movie because like whenever you're being high makes everything just more interesting. And so whenever you're watching that movie about being pulled into a computer, it just like sucked me in. I was couch locked and it was beautiful.
The boys came in late on us.
Oh, it was great. I woke
Third
up
movie.
way later. So I had to think a lot about the third movie because there's a lot of other ones. But whenever Drow was talking about early 2000s movies, it came to me. It's Treasure Planet.
Yes.
Oh, Treasure Planet.
I love Treasure Planet.
I love Treasure Planet.
Again, the soundtrack, so good.
There's so many people. Oh, go, sorry.
My only irritation with Treasure Planet was that just like The Princess and the Frog.
Zero Muppets.
No.
Oh,
We
okay.
already have Muppet Treasure Island.
Those movies were Disney's final nail in the 2D coffin.
Oh, yeah.
But they were so good. Like also Atlantis, that time
Oh,
period.
Atlantis.
So good.
That was...
And Home on the Range. I love the movie.
It was... That one deserved to kill 2D animation. I still love it,
What
but
do
it
you do
deserved
with
it.
Uncle Slim?
Yes. They were like... They weren't advertised right.
Rico.
Oh, no.
Neither of them were advertised right. I don't think that they did well in the box offices.
They were
because of that.
used to
They
kill
were
2D.
used as an excuse to kill it.
They're so good.
But Treasure
man.
Planet was so good.
The same way that I'm worried that What's Her Fuck and The Last Dragon is
Raya
going
and
to
the
be
Last
like,
Dragon?
oh yeah, don't you see that a non-romance based princess movie with a more original story sold
Don't
bad?
get me started on Raya and the Last Dragon. That movie was
Stupid.
crappy.
Stupid.
So poorly written.
Disney does things to manipulate the masses.
My honorable mentions, though, I'll just try to keep it brief because I could talk about a lot of movie series I like. I thought about the Bourne movies because I like the old Jason Bourne movies.
I can't believe that you made me watch that.
You only watched one. I enjoyed
Jason
them.
Bourne was good.
Jason Bourne was what?
Okay, it's entirely off topic. We could talk about this later.
Okay.
But
Just,
if you
just send it in the Discord
if you want to
so you don't forget.
understand, if you want to understand my sense of humor, the other ones I was kicking around were, of course, Monty Python: The Holy Grail,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit, the OG SpongeBob SquarePants movie,
Where it should have ended.
Chicken Run.
Yeah.
Chicken Run is I had Chicken Run on a,
Did
on
you
a
just
VHS.
say Chicken Run is clutch?
Classic.
Okay,
Classic.
good.
I got cut out.
It was very boring.
Just very boring.
Flash before my eyes. It's very boring. My grandma got me that VHS.
And last but not least, in terms of sense of humor movies, Hoodwinked.
Ah.
I loved Hoodwinked.
I was glad when I found other people who loved Hoodwinked.
I love that
'Cause,
movie so much.
I look at it and I'm like, objectively, this is an ugly movie.
It's so
no one's
horrible.
gonna like it.
I
But
love it.
Loved it.
okay.
My
The
beloved.
animation is so disgusting.
Yep.
Disgusting.
The voice acting is cringe. The little side cuts where they show Red in this karate outfit just kicking the shit out of people. What the fuck? It's something that I would expect nowadays to come from like a bored college student.
Right.
The lowest budget, just pump out a movie nonsense.
The dialogue and the writing,
Something-
hilarious.
Oh my god.
Something that what's his face
We
on
don't
YouTube
arrest
would
people
trash for entertainment.
we don't arrest people for being creepy.
Oh,
We don't.
I have an honorable mention that
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think about. I love a Goofy movie.
Oh my god, yes.
Extremely
I
goofy movie,
love
too.
both of them. I love them.
Oh, man.
Pizza. Double cheese.
Extremely Goofy
There was
movie
a
was a
period
classic in our house.
in my sister and our friend's life where we would watch that movie every Friday.
Oh, that's
And I'm not
cute.
exaggerating. And it never gets old.
Do we have that, Derek?
Extremely Goofy movie?
Yeah.
Either of them. They're both amazing.
I liked the first Goofy movie better, only because I thought that the father-son dynamic was a little bit more wholesome.
The second one's weird.
The second one's
The
good for
second-
being weird.
The second one
Accurate depiction of fraternities in college.
is an accurate depiction of a codependent parent
That's fair.
right up until the end, and
Well,
that
that's the point,
yeah
though.
yeah it doesn't sit well with me because parent issues.
Yeah, but Bradley Uppercrust. The third.
The way that he was just so distinguished right at the front, and then they immediately drop it as he just
Descends.
descends into
The
madness.
first one is a classic to me.
Goofy movie's great.
I also love the little red-haired bitch. She's adorable. Maxine, is that her name? Roxanne. No, I think Maxine is from a horrible CGI one.
Watch out, man. I got a biscotti. I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh my God.
Goodness.
Oh, we just stopped talking about movies and start talking about this game.
I could do movies all day.
Before the Starstone was raised, the Wizard King's Nex and Goofy warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable, magical kingdom far away. From the glowing ashes of the mana waste arose Alkenstar. I really wanted to say Disneyland, the city of smog.
Alkenstar.
No. I hate you.
Skyscrapers.
This is my nightmare.
Factories and clockwork wonders.
Oh my God.
To the world, Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition. And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for revenge, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the ones who cast them out.
Look me in the eyes when you do it.
The Outlaws of Alkenstar.
The Outlaws of Alkenstar.
Surrounded by idiots.
Mickey Mouse and the Three Musketeers.
Barely remember it.
Oh, it's such a
Nope,
good
never
movie.
saw it. Don't want to. Stupid commercial ruined it for me.
Oh, it's good. It is actually a good movie. It's a musical. I hate musicals, and I love that movie. Bad guy song.
You know, honestly, what I would really like to see created is I like the idea of various Muppet movies. I'd love to see a Phantom of the Opera Muppet movie.
Oh man, Muppet Treasure
The
Island.
Phantom of the Opera.
Just, I think it'd be a hoot and good
Muppet
music.
Treasure Island. My beloved. I remember showing that to Drow. Drow had never seen it as a kid.
I've never seen it.
Oh, we need to have a watch party.
I want to see it, but I never
You will
have.
catch yourself so many times in that movie, be like, what is happening?
Hello, Long John.
You get to I think it's at Cabin Fever where you just be like, what is happening? What is happening?
You know, the only remakes of movies that should be made are Muppet remakes.
Absolutely. Agreed,
Or-
100%.
We just start
Live
playing.
action things should be made into animated ones.
Yes, that too.
This banter survived the prompt. We need to start
More
playing.
banter, more banter.
Or this is just going to turn into a movie.
Oops, all banter.
Oops, all banter. Oops, all banter.
It's going to be a movie podcast from people who don't watch a lot of movies. So the first thing we need to talk about before we hop into where we were is you guys leveled up. You hit level 6, and we should tell the audience.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
No.
We were
just
at level
did it.
7.
You hit level 6.
No,
We hit level
7.
6. Stop that.
You stopped that.
No, really. I thought I built 7.
I'll gladly
You
go
stopped
to
that.
7.
You stopped that.
Don't give me the finger
You
guns.
stop it.
Remember, kids, just as often as your DM gaslights you, you can
You should
gaslight,
gaslight your DM.
Your DM is the only person you should gaslight.
That is a joke, by the way. Don't
Joke.
lie to your DM.
I'm not joking.
Level 7.
So at level 6, all of you are going to get your class feat. And of course, because we're doing free archetype, you'll get another free archetype feat and a skill feat.
I just saw that I have incredible initiative, and I don't think I've used that at all during level 5.
Oh
My God, Jacob.
I've got so many abilities, I start having trouble remembering them now.
Woo! Maybe I did remember. I just don't remember remembering.
Jesus. But let's talk about what each of you got. So it should be a class feat, a free archetype feat, and a skill feat. And then Psyche here, I think you get spell stuff. But Jacob, what did Chester get at level 6?
Chester got level 6. He got hit points of a predetermined type set. I couldn't tell you. He got... I got one very fun class feat. I don't want to tell you because I want to pull it out at random and shock you and ruin your day somehow.
Great.
Because
Sounds excited.
at just the right time, I think it could be useful. I will say this class feat for anybody looking on Archives of Nethys or in their books is going to cost me a pretty penny to use constantly. So we'll find out if I use it constantly. Honestly, the biggest deal for Chester this level is I used the free archetype feats to get expert alchemy. So when you, my archetype for alchemist lets me make a certain number of alchemical things every day.
Yeah.
But I can't go above my advanced alchemy level, and because this is only a dedication, that was stuck at 1. So I could not make any bombs higher than first level items. Now, because of expert alchemy, I can make items up to level 3, which means my bombs that I make every single day, which I can now make 6 batches of 2, I can now make level 3 bombs, which do 2d6 or 2d8 depending on the bomb.
It's a big deal.
That is a very big deal, and I'm very happy about that. That has increased Chester's damage dealing capability a whole lot. And then I also got the skill feat that lets me roll to trick magic item. I get to try to attempt to trick magic items that I am in fact a spellcaster of that type, when I am wink wink, not actually.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Psych here, what you got going on at level 6?
I don't remember what I got. I got a new spell. I got a feat where I can help cure diseases.
Oh,
and,
that's
and
your skill
remove
feat.
Poisons.
Yeah.
I got a feat where I can withstand being distracted from my magic a little bit better, and
You got the free archetype one for your Wellspring stuff, right?
the one that I can give the the Wellspring to another person.
Yeah, it's better than that though,
Yeah.
because it's like if you get taken to 0, if a crit hits you, or if you fail a saving throw like critically, so taken to 0, get hit by a crit, or critically fail a saving throw, you get to roll your Wellspring Surge again. So if you succeed, another spell back, which is choice.
Yes.
And if you critically succeed, you can instead choose to, instead of like getting the critical effect of rolling your Wellspring, you could make the person who did whatever bad thing to you have to roll on the Wellspring table, which is it's pretty cool.
I just realized I don't think you ever used your level 1 spell that we got from your last Wellspring Surge. But we can assume you did that, so we don't blow up.
Well, we
That was,
haven't done healing from that fight, so you could have just spent that whenever we do it. You could also have used it for your, because you got to pick, you could use it for your Kamehameha if you wanted.
Inner Radiance Torrent.
Yeah. Kat, what did Eleanor get at level 6? I know you're excited about this.
Ever since I built Eleanor, I've been waiting for level 6 because now she has Attack of Opportunity.
Baby.
I've been waiting for this. I wanted it so bad. I also gained Dodge Away. Which is another. I have so many reactions.
Yeah, you do.
If they fail their attack against me, I can move like a step. So that's exciting, and I hit harder, and I'm more acrobatic, and it's just nice. But that Attack of Opportunity,
That's
so
pretty
happy.
good. That Attack of Opportunity is clutch because there's not a lot of things that have it. Versus 1E where the default is everyone does it and you just get better at it. In this game, the default is no one has it. So that is spicy. But yeah, cool. Level 6. And for anyone following along at home with the Outlaws of Alkenstar Adventure Path, you may notice that for a milestone way of leveling up, we're actually ahead of game for level ups. The party by the book should still be at 5 for the next little bit. And that is because we're going to try a new way of balancing, specifically because we have a party of 3 people. I have found out through some advice on like forums and some testing on my own that if you have a party, the game is balanced around a party of 4 people the same level, right? Mm-hmm. If you have a party of 3 people, the math works out that if your party is all 1 level higher, it is the same rough challenge to them as if they were a party of 4 people. So like, because like the same challenge for 4 people is harder for 3 people by the way experience and like CR or whatever is calculated. There's the table I talked about way long ago, which shows you how to like balance encounters with a budget. Basically, this is and anyone who's looking at the core rulebook, this is the encounter budget on page 489 of the core rulebook. But basically, the way the math works out most of the time is if you have a party of 3 people, you just level everyone up 1, and they'll be roughly the same encounter budget as a party of 4 people 1 level lower. It's not all the time, but it's most of the time. So that's why you guys have had it rough, and I've had to do the hit point adjustment a lot of times to keep things reasonable. But even then, it's like you still get hurt a lot. So what I've done before now, and the build up to this, is just give things the weak template most of the time, unless it's already an easy encounter, to kind of simulate this. And now I'm just going to bump you up a level so that you're right where the book expects you to be, in terms of balance. So we'll see how it goes. We can always adjust back, but I think, because I've run a lot of tests through the encounter budget thing, and you should basically be exactly the same as a 4-person party, because of the way that you'll have less actions, basically, so that makes you weaker, but being a level higher makes you more like 1+1 more likely to do stuff, right? So it should work out.
What worries me the most is we don't have 4 people to spread damage across.
One way to think about it is, in a 4-person party, what you guys are missing is like a buffer, more or less, or a debuffer sometimes. You do a decent amount of debuffing with flat-footed. So instead of having that other person to lend those +1s and -1s to enemies, you're getting that from being a level higher, right? So it's going to work out mostly the same, because you know how, like, in your 3-person party, you always feel like you're off by 1 whenever you hit, or like the enemy hits against your raised shield or whatever. It's like always like 1 higher than your defense or whatever. This should alleviate that, because normally this would be done again by like a buffer or a debuffer helping you guys out.
Cool. I look forward to seeing the math in play.
Yeah, me too. All right, it's been a long banter and a long build up, but let's hop back into this game. Back to the game. When we last left you guys, you were aboard the Second Kiss, and a lot of stuff had happened. You apprehended a traitor, Lucky the Porter, who had been a gilded gunner in hiding, tried to sabotage the ship and prevent you guys from getting to the Spellscar Desert. After dealing with him, you're kind of just hanging out. You assuage the fears of some passengers on the ship, and you were keeping an eye on things, making sure everything was in ship shape.
You mean dirigible shape?
Dirigible shape. You had to go check on the horses.
The poor horses.
But you kept watch throughout the night, and while Saikir was hanging out with Dezen, it rained snakes. You dealt with the snakes.
It's a rain of snakes.
You fought them off pretty handily, although some of you got a little bit poisoned from it. And then you basically spent the night hanging out with Farah and Dezen. Dezen, who the Second Kiss is his beloved, taught both Saikir and Eleanor briefly how to fly the ship. And
lo, another ship crashes.
But you made it through the morning. Everyone kind of came down as Dezen was going back to get some sleep, and Farah was taking over for the rest of the day. You see in the distance, Cloudreaver Keep. It is a city, fortress city, like these big walls built on top of like a mesa. You can see smokestacks coming out of it. Not a ton of like skyscrapers though, and it has a bunch of different like docks extending out, and a bunch of airships like docked there, dropping stuff off, doing trading, whatever else. And you're coming up at it real early in the morning. It's like, well, I say real early in the morning. Early for me in the morning. It's like 7 a.m. and you're heading in. You see it in the distance as you're approaching. What do you guys want to do?
Park the ship.
Should we, if we drop off Lucky ourselves, should we disguise ourselves?
Well, I'm sure they can they call in like and have the guards meet us when we land? Is there an air tower here, or are just people landing willy-nilly?
I really want to, because I want to shove my face in the microphone and do the whole like air traffic controller voice, but I don't think radios are invented here.
Okay.
And magic is unreliable.
Fair enough.
That's why sending would sound like a radio.
They send a horse.
This comes galloping up
The
to
Pony
the air.
Express.
They release ponies from a coop.
Oh my goodness.
They fly
we
out.
land.
But like, seriously, should we disguise ourselves to drop off Lucky?
Nah, we're not wanted here.
That's true.
Okay, just checking in.
Yeah, but as the morning comes in, you serve up your snake catch with eggs
Cook it up.
to the passengers because it's in the distance. It's going to take you a little while to come
Looks like meat's back on the menu.
in. You come in and you just serve everyone up meat. They don't question what it is or where it's from.
They know where it's from.
That's
they know
fair.
what happened.
Especially Finn.
But we serve it in a fancy preparation, so it's,
Make
you know.
a crafting check, Chester. You took charge on this. You can't devise a stratagem.
11 plus 4. No, wait. I think it's 15 now. 11 plus 15. That's a 26.
You make some good snake and eggs.
Chester don't care about presentation, though. That's all Eleanor.
Oh, fair
Eleanor
enough.
uses performance to improve your presentation.
Roll.
I don't know why you're making it try to look fancy. It's just food. We're supposed to eat it.
And she gets a 17.
It looks good.
And you can only do so much with snake and eggs.
That's fair. Everyone enjoys snake and eggs for breakfast. It's so dumb. It's a beautiful morning. The sun's shining through. There's not any kind of crazy mana wastes weather. Again, you can see those little bits of like what looks like magical aurora borealis over parts of the sand dunes below you.
It's so pretty.
And you come in and you park. I think Finn and Brim have like their bags and like their traveling clothes on because they're getting off at this stop. Usuvu and Solessa look like they're ready to go because you know you're probably going to be stopped in here for a number of hours to refuel, check on the ship.
But those two are planning on going with us into the desert, right?
Right, they're not hopping off here. They're just going to stretch their legs and port.
Ben, Bryn,
Yeah,
I know our ride was bumpy, but thanks for coming along.
it's all right. Sorry for getting stressed out over everything with whatever his name was.
Oh, it's understandable.
We shall dearly miss you.
He sips coffee. He's like, boy, we need this vacation.
Oh, you have a good one.
And you land. They grab their bags and they walk off. You can see the sky is nice and blue. There's just not a lot of cloud cover, but it is the mana waste. So there's like normal clouds, and then there's like a pink one and a green one. You see a snake fall from one of them.
Snake clouds.
Nature.
I know more about you now.
And yeah, Farrah talks to the whoever the guy that comes up when the ship docks, and basically sends him off. And he comes back with two guys in like these overcoats, and they look like they have long rifles on their back, and they have the hats that come down over their eyes and the big mustaches.
Yes.
And I said, "We heard you had a little bit of a rough and tumble passenger coming to pick him up. Some fellow named Lucky, halfling type."
Yeah, just follow me. I'll take you there.
There you
Take
go.
him to the door.
You go to the door.
Remove the wooden boards.
The nails that you guys put up.
We were really dedicated on not letting them get out.
What is that smell? Did you leave him in there with the chamber pot?
Yeah, he's got a bucket.
Go in. I can't see without my glasses.
You better give him back his broken glasses.
Oh, yeah, these are his glasses, not the shards of the glasses.
You are a monster.
Well, if he can't see, he can't try to escape. Ask these guys. It's practical sense.
That's cruel but practical sense.
Thank you. So, yeah, let me, here's his glasses. I don't know if you guys can get them fixed. And let me take the boards off the door, and we'll give them Lucky.
It smells horrible in there.
I'm sure did he use the bucket?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just gotta dump the bucket out. Just go pour it into the bathroom section.
Yeah.
And then toss it outside. I feel like cleaning that.
You just drop it off the, like, dock.
Yep.
Down. It hits a horse.
Just falls into the desert.
Hits a snake flying through the air.
And you guys have some downtime in Cloudreaver Keep today if you want to take it. Farrah tells you, look, we'll be parked here for probably about 5 hours. Get ship work done. Get some fuel. Maybe load up some cargo to trade. Feel free to take some time.
All right, so if we sell everything that we have right now, we can get 1,228 silver, which is about 122 gold.
Pretty good.
That divided by 4 for the party pool is 307 silver pieces, which is basically 30 gold.
Sweet.
Go ahead and add that to your sheet into the party pool. It replenishes a chunk of what you spent for Solessa, I think.
Still don't have enough money to buy the armor rune.
I know, right? Aren't they over 100 gold pieces?
Aren't you
It's
supposed
160.
Aren't you supposed to like get them around level 7 though?
It says level 6.
Yeah, they're
level
level
5.
6
Item level
item.
5.
Well, yeah, 5. They're just expensive.
It's heckin' expensive.
How much are they?
160 gold pieces.
So I'm just barely over halfway.
How much do you have, Eleanor?
135 gold pieces and 78 silver.
Close.
I'm saving for that one thing.
I'm getting there.
How much do you need?
Too much.
It'd be 30
Isn't-
gold.
It'd be
Okay.
like 30 gold. That's a lot. I'm not
I
asking
have
anyone for that much.
171.
Oh, don't forget, we also have the party pool.
You want to dip into that
Can
for
I dip into the party pool so I can be harder to hit?
Yeah, how much do you need?
Isn't silver, doesn't it translate into 1 for every 10 for gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that means I need 20 gold pieces to buy it.
200 silver-ish.
Yeah, go ahead and take it. You'll still
Sweet.
be over 200 gold in the party pool.
It's like making me a little bit harder to hit might be valuable, I think.
Yeah.
It's the only money thing, only thing I really want. Apply. I will have 8 silvers when I'm done with this.
You'll be in the same position as Wit was.
Yup. Heck yes.
All right. So I'm guessing what's going to happen is you got some time on the town here in Cloudreaver Keep, and Eleanor, maybe someone else, goes out to an armor shop in the fortress city and gets this armor rune applied.
That's what I'm doing.
Y'all catch some brunch on one of the Skyport restaurants. You can see as the ship is docked and moored here, Nolby and Kevin up on the engines, just working on them and yelling at each other, but
Oh, I'm
unintelligible
sure.
because of the distance.
Calls Goblin. Squeaky
Goblin.
high-pitched voices.
Guys, with that rune, my armor class now is what it was when I put on the shield last level.
Nice.
I'm at where I was with the shield. So,
Beautiful.
thank you.
That's a big bump.
Put
What's
on
your
the
AC?
shield. Without the shield, 24. With my buckler, now I have an AC of 26.
Woof.
Nice.
I'm so thrilled. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Man, that's going to be hard to crit.
That's chunky.
Hey, Jingy.
Yeah, that's all I want to do with my downtime is get my armor fixed.
Yeah.
I can be a popper for all I care. I don't even care. I'm a hard to hit popper.
I think selling and buying stuff is like,
Going to take a ton of your time.
that's the majority of it. If we're only going to be here for a couple of hours, yeah.
But yeah, I imagine Asuvu wants to get like lunch or something with you guys later in the day.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Let's get lunch.
Where do you want to go for lunch?
Steak. Texas Roadhouse.
Okay, go to the Texas Roadhouse.
Alkenstar Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. Transcends dimensions.
Don't you know, Texas Roadhouse and McDonald's is on Galarian as well. You go to the Texas Roadhouse in Cloudreaver Keep.
We
get some
also
steaks.
invite the Shield Marshal as well.
Sure, yeah. You
Yeah,
go-
let's have Celessa
yeah.
come.
You go have lunch out in the town. We don't need to roleplay it unless you explicitly want to. I know the trap of us roleplaying going out to eat for 30 minutes at a time.
Yes.
We have a good time. Everyone enjoys the food.
I get the loaded sweet potato with the marshmallows.
They,
And there it is. We've already fallen into the trap.
They want it. They listened to your story about Lucky because they didn't know what was going on
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you talk about where you're going in the Spellscar, and before you know it, unless you have anything you want to do with this little chunk of time, it'll be time to head back off to the second kiss.
Nope. Can't really think of anything. I might buy some stuff before we play next time, but I don't want to make us wait 10, 30 hour so I can go through every
Because
single
it's going to
item.
take you a whole week.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I did my armor. I knew what I wanted.
Yes.
I only
Simple
have
goal.
I only have 80 something gold. I don't know what I want.
Well, I have 28 silvers. I was off by 2 in my count. So if you need anything, you let me know.
Oh, okay.
28 silvers. I'm rich.
So much money. All right, but yep, you guys come back like later in the afternoon. let's say probably around like 5 o'clock, and the engines are like idling. Farah gets you all on board and makes sure everyone's strapped in, and you guys lift out of the skyport at Cloudreaver Keep. After dropping off Finn and Brim, you head towards the Spellscar Desert, and it's kind of weird
To adventure!
because you see all the other airships like come and going from a couple different directions, right? Not a lot of them go straight from Alkenstar because there's like a longer, more dangerous path apparently.
Less dangerous path.
It's more dangerous to go straight.
Yeah,
right?
that's what we took.
Yeah. So you see them coming this way, and then like they're all like going these different directions one way, and then you are the lone airship like heading out into the middle of nowhere.
As we're riding, Chester just thought about something. They'd be like, hey, Farah,
Yeah.
how many airships how many of them leave the Spellscar Desert?
What do you mean?
Like, how many of these say go to, like, I don't know, Absalom or Cheliax or, some places like that?
Well, if you want to go out that way, Derek has to check his map. If you want to go out that way, well, you can't just, you don't want to go fly over the Spellscar because it's one of the more aggressive places of the Mana Waste. So if you want to go to Absalom, your best bet is to go from Alkenstar through a connection to Cloudreaver Keep. You can head out through Nex. There's a couple different spots in Nex you can stop over. But if you can't get an airship to take you all the way to Absalom, which you probably can't because it's a long way and it'd be a lot of hops, you could at least hop on a ship and sail to Absalom.
That sounds like a boring way of travel.
Yeah, I would agree, but airships aren't as big of a thing up north, apparently.
That's weird. They're so efficient and safe.
I agree, especially...
Looks at the goblins as he sees one sitting outside smacking on the engine.
especially since we've upgraded from the horse-drawn ones.
That's right. Now you can go oversea.
Yeah. Don't have the risk of losing your horse in the ocean, drowning. While it dangles from the lead. That was directed directly at Drow,
Minecraft.
who will take horses across the map in Minecraft on leads, flying in the air.
It's terrifying.
All right, let's just be real. Horse-drawn dirigibles are somewhat based on your leading them around in Minecraft. It's a cross between you leading animals over the air in Minecraft and the horrible things you can do with the grappling hook and arc.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Horse-drawn dirigibles, but it's just Cat's body off the back of my griffin.
We played a lot of Ark Survival Evolved, and having somebody or someone's body grappled off the back of a flying thing is just a sight.
You can
let
shoot
go
things
at just the right moment,
And you get sent.
sent to the other side of the map. There's no hope.
It's
for
the
you.
most efficient method of travel if you survive.
That's what the horse-drawn dirigibles were all about.
Back in the days of the modded Crystal Isles
Horse-drawn
with the
dirigibles.
terrifying storm area.
They're just slingshotting you across the mana waste, and it's like a dartboard. You got to land in the right spot.
Well, I'm glad we got our technology the way we do now.
Oh, by the way, I was talking to the Whisper Sheet forecaster, and apparently we're in for a bad mana storm, but nothing like that's going to scare me. Just be on your guard.
Chester slowly turns to look at Psyche.
Let you explode.
Psyche, you gonna be okay in the meta storm?
We'll find out.
Chester inches away. Just a few inches. Not nearly enough to make a difference if, plants were to explode out of nowhere.
Natural 20. To escape from plants.
Eleanor looks down at her armor. Will I be glad I got this?
Yeah, I'm
Probably
sure
not,
you'll
actually.
be glad you got it eventually.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine too. We won't have any issues.
Wink.
Wink.
And yeah, I'm just going to say, so this whole day is going to be nice and like sunny weather. So if you have something you want to do role play or downtime-ish wise, you basically we've already done this day and then the rest of the day and into the night, like if there's something you want to do, or we can just fast forward.
Chester's going to play cards with the sheriff.
The sheriff? Is that what you're calling Celesta?
What's her? Oh, Celesta. There we go.
Can I join?
No.
Absolutely.
Yes.
3 is better for most games.
We're
than
playing.
They're
Rummy.
playing solitaire.
Solitaire. Everyone's playing solitaire.
It's an introvert's paradise.
We're playing nerds.
Playing Uno.
There we go.
No, we need
play
4 for
Unos.
nerds.
Oh, that's right.
No, that's Kimp's.
That's
You
right.
go
With the
up,
signals.
You go up to the upper deck in the game room. They have Uno. They have Life, Monopoly.
Oh no, we're gonna play Life. Forget all that.
Uno.
I want
No,
to play
life.
Sorry.
Sorry, they have
Sorry's
Pirates
fun.
dice.
Sorry, Life. It's the game of life.
Okay.
Life is
I already have to go through things way too
Kinda
fast.
boring.
Okay. Do they have Mousetrap?
They don't have Mousetrap. They
Could
do
you
have-
imagine
Dice.
trying to play
Remove your
Mousetrap
mice.
on a dirigible?
They do have Catan.
How much?
Everyone does.
How much would a game of Mousetrap be if I were to buy it in the marketplace?
The way that you just gently lowered your head to your microphone.
Let me ask you this, fair DM. How many silvers would I have to spend to buy Mousetrap?
All right, we're doing this then. So
God.
Chester has investigated the game room. Is Chester a connoisseur
No.
of board games like Jacob is?
All I need is a simple answer.
No,
How much
this
money?
is a scene now.
This is a scene.
You have investigated the board game room, and it has the classics. It has the old stuff. A lot of it's used, but it doesn't have Mousetrap. And you're going to go look while we're going to back up while you're at Cloudreaver Keep.
No. We don't have to do that due to my new investigator feat.
Oh no! Is this the feat you
did
weren't
not
going to use?
Didn't expect to pull it out this soon.
Go on.
I have a feat called
Preemptive.
Prescient, Prescient.
Prescient.
Planner, which gives me the feats Predictive Purchase and Prescient Consumable, which lets me look into my bag and pull out.
Is this like the Pathfinder version of what Urist in our Forbidden Lands game has, where it's like Path of Gold, and you
Like
could, or
Frank
Path of Many
has?
Things, so you could just pull things out of the bag?
Actually,
Is it Jacob like Frankie has in our game?
You regularly create convoluted plans and contingencies using your resources to enact them. You take 1 minute to remove your backpack and then carefully remove an item you hadn't previously declared that you had purchased. You insinuated that you would need the item and purchased it at the latest opportunity. The item must be a piece of adventuring gear and can't be weapon, armor, alchemical item, magic item, or other treasure. A board game would be adventuring gear. It must be common and with a level no higher than half your level, and its bulk must be enough that carrying it wouldn't have made you encumbered.
This is what you want to use this on?
Yes, there's no limit to how many times a day I can do this.
Oh my god.
So how many silver DM does Mousetrap
If you need
cost?
silvers,
I want to
give it
get
to
you
you.
here and be like, well, Mousetrap is out of production in Alkenstar, so it's a rare item or uncommon.
I will fight you.
That would make you so mad.
Mousetrap would be Chester's favorite game. Let's be real.
All right. Honestly, let's just say it's 5 silver, but it's just costing it out of the fact that you had it already in your adventuring gear at level 1. if we're pretending that's where you got it from.
All right, Chester will open his bag and pull out Mousetrap and say, "You roll your dice, you move your mice. Let's play Mousetrap."
Nah.
But I want to play Mousetrap.
That was real and that was loud and it is 10:44.
That was pure emotion.
Chester collapses to the ground and lies there.
Okay, let's play
spent 5
Mousetrap.
All right, we play Mousetrap.
Okay, quick aside.
Chester was an only
Have-
child, so
Have any of you actually legitimately played Mousetrap by the rules, or do you just build the contraption and knock it off, and let it go?
I can't remember, man. I haven't tried to play this game
we
in so
never
long.
played it by the rules. We just built it and knocked over the cage.
yeah.
Okay, just
But
curious.
we're gonna play by the rules.
You play. Who's all gonna play? Chester,
I join.
Chester,
Eleanor, Psycheer.
Yeah.
Sheila,
The only 4 people can play it.
Oh.
Who's gonna be your 4th player?
doesn't.
We said the Shield Marshal first.
Okay.
So Usuvu's up there just hanging out watching you guys, and Celesta plays Mousetrap.
Celesta, there we go.
Let's all roll d20s.
We bought the expansion.
Okay.
18.
14.
Nat
What do we
one.
add to it?
Just
Oh,
flat check.
14.
I lose.
18 Psycheer. Psycheer wins Mousetrap appropriately enough.
Hey, that's funny.
Meow.
Meow.
You play Mousetrap. Congrats.
Yes.
Why don't you all take hero points?
Oh my god.
Hot dog.
For creativity.
That was worth it for hero points.
You made me giggle. Because you all play. It's a combination between Jacob pulling this out of his ass, Drow shooting him down, and just honestly, the whole experience we've had at Cloudreaver Keep.
The raw emotion was what did it for me. I'm so glad that I'm a
You were
bitch.
worried you're about to spend that silver for no reason. Jacob's spending money in a fictional game that doesn't directly benefit him in roleplay or in actual
Let's
mechanics.
play Mousetrap. Nah.
Any sort of money spend that doesn't go into roleplay moments or making him better at something is just pain.
It's like real life money, okay? I want to spend it to benefit me or
Every
somebody.
silver is sacred.
Yes. Mousetrap was fun. Chester leaves Mousetrap on the ship.
You know, I had an idea of how this episode was going to go, and so far it's been, we talked about movies, you docked at a thing,
Well, then let's go.
you bought armor, and you played Mousetrap.
Let's go.
This is such an on-brand episode. I cannot express it enough.
Hey, I have been expressing my desire to buy that armor for forever.
Listen,
I know.
Send the next scene to
armor room?
Send our little movie to the next scene.
I know, but you like this airship, so I want to let you.
I do. It's fun.
It's like living out my favorite novel.
Exactly. I wanted you to play Mousetrap on the airship. All right, so but you play Mousetrap.
Psycheer wins.
They also have airships and assaultrons
Oh,
second
cool.
edition.
Incredibly important question.
Nice.
Which color mouse was Psycheer?
Pink.
Chester was orange.
Okay.
They only come in red, orange, red, green, blue, yellow.
It's a fantasy world.
Okay.
We got
the fantasy version.
You know, Mousetrap. God, we're so off. Mousetrap is a game that would be an Alkenstar though, with all the contraptions.
Yeah.
That would be Chester's favorite game.
Absolutely.
Oh man. Anyway, unless you have anything else, any other board games or stuff you want to do, we can move forward.
There's nothing more
Let's
important
play
than
Uno.
Mousetrap.
Uno.
Oh,
We should just stop the podcast, play Uno live to really feel how this
Or
goes.
let's play Millie Bornay.
We start a game of Risk and won't leave the ship even after it's parked until we beat Risk.
You get all the way to where you're going, and you sat down for like 2 days trying to finish the damn Risk game.
What's that one game that can go on for like
Monopoly.
years?
Oh, no, never mind. It feels like years.
I don't believe it's Axis and Allies, but it's that type of game.
A war game?
Just with way more detail. Like an absurd amount of detail. Is it taking... It's something to do with Africa, I believe. Like Africa's in its name. It supposedly could go for a very, very, very long time.
Oh my goodness.
Or Monopoly.
Monopoly, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
The campaign for North Africa.
There we go.
There it is.
1,500 hours.
Damn.
That sounds like torment.
I've had Risk games that have been really fun that have gone on for multiple days, though.
Yes.
They were wonderful. I lost.
Love Risk.
Oh,
I've never
okay.
won.
Lord of the Rings Risk was the worst in terms of not ending.
I played Lord of the Rings Risk one time and got the one ring stuck on my finger. And cried.
It's the thumb cutter.
Enough board game talk. You enjoy your flight. The next night comes and it's the same deal. Are you going to do watches again, or you feel more confident?
Yes.
In case something attacks,
Watches
we should
again.
probably still do watches.
Okay.
And every night it's the same thing. Hello, Mr. Drake.
Hey, Psych, here. Good to see you
You want to
again.
learn more about flying the airship?
Want to get in here and put your hands on the throttle?
On my throttle. Points to the ship's throttle. Come in here, grab my wheel.
I was hoping to learn a little bit more about thrust.
Well, you see, the throttle gives you thrust. And he just completely... He's a precious man who views you as a friend.
Oh, so this wouldn't have happened if we weren't watching Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
I don't know what I would have
Freddy.
done, but for the audience, I am so hooked on Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated because Fred, my beloved,
Oh,
is
he's
a beautiful
such a good
man.
baby boy. Don't worry, I'll never have feelings again.
I love him.
I was so worried this was going to ruin our friendship.
I just don't think Desmond's picking up on it. He loves this ship, and he's like the second in command of it, and it's his favorite thing. But he's eager to show you the controls. He'll let you drive again. How heavy are you going to lay it on him?
I don't know how heavy I want to get into this.
Well, you don't have to get into it.
But my reputation is at stake.
Their reputation.
Drow or Psycheers?
You can just state heavy and leave it at that.
No, I'm not a wuss. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but I don't think I'm going to do it right now. I don't think that I can do this while I've only got like a quarter of a functional nostril.
Hi there. I think that you're really attractive.
Tell me about your thrust.
How about we go back to my room and you can show me a little bit more thrust? I bet I can make you feel lighter than air.
Hey, now Whitaper isn't on the
Calm
ship.
down, Win.
But yeah, you hang out with him.
No.
We can just leave what happens there to the imagination, but it probably involves detailed schematics of the airship.
Oh my god.
Airships illustrated. And do we ever deal with you guys healing up from the last fight? Were you damaged significantly from it?
We can, like, it's been a day at this point.
You could just go back to
say
full.
we treated wounds.
Because treat wounds will have done its
Treat
magic.
wounds, magic.
Chester
who the
didn't take
fuck
any damage
knows?
anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. But you have the same rotations of watches and like pilot changeouts. In the morning of the next day, all of you are up, and Farrah's taken the controls.
Hello, Miss Winslow.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for making coffee.
I got more snake.
Oh, you guys, come here. She calls you all to the cockpit. See that? And you see this like dark.
So I guess we do see it.
Deep dark.
It was a rhetorical question.
Sidekick, can you make me blind so I can say no?
Yes.
But she like lets you look it through the telescope. See that on the horizon?
No.
That you see this like big purple cloud that
Yes.
kind of like changes colors to like blue and then like darker shades of red.
Ooh, pretty.
And there's like different color bits of lightning coming out of it. And before you know it, it just kind of like tumbles and tumbles and you're in it. It's like, all right, everyone buckle everything down. Buckle your seatbelts. We're in a mana storm.
Where are the seatbelt buckles at? Do the booths have buckles?
No.
Oh, crap.
Grab
sure
hold
all
of
the-
something.
Windows are tightened up and just,
Did they fix the window while we were in Cloudreaver Keep?
it didn't break. It just like
Pulled
popped
open.
open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or pushed open.
Yeah, when Psycheer shot the thing.
Smacked
They did have
it
to
open.
like clean up the scorch damage and the ripped up bits of like carpet from when Psycheer was like giving off the force damage. But
Psycheer had to relieve excess adrenaline and just start scratching the floor.
you get into the mana storm and just like
I don't know how else to excuse myself, but I'm sorry.
the first thing that happens in there is it just gets dark, like, and you have to like light the candles and everything, and you hear
We
like
have
the
candles
howling.
in a blimp.
We should have
I mean,
like lanterns.
you gotta have light.
Yeah,
Magic isn't reliable. It's probably got fire-resistant wood. It's got tar.
What about the fucking... Is it full of helium?
it's not full of a flammable gas. It's not
Oh,
hydrogen.
thank God.
Okay,
Yeah.
we good now.
But yeah, like the first thing is that it just gets really dark. You hear like rain. You get these weird different odors, like lilac, and then you smell like rotten meat,
Gooseberries.
and then you smell like baking bread. It's just like weird
I
because it's
smell hot chocolate.
yes,
and then
at one point,
gold-flavored
Lady Grey
hand
tea?
soap.
anything you want.
Oh,
At some point in time, it won't always be pleasant though.
oh.
That smells
So
like
at
the
one
litter
point,
boxes
do
at
you
home.
smell high school football locker room?
No, I would not subject you guys to that.
Thank you.
Fart.
Yes,
Okay.
That's
But
very
that's actually
normal.
just
That's
one of
common.
the passengers.
that was just Chester.
Chester.
Sorry, I had too much snake.
But
But venom.
Usuvu and
You ate the
Celesta.
venom snack?
Tasty.
Sack?
Oh my goodness.
Fuck me.
All right.
Usuvu and Celesta are down here with you, helping you like make sure the like windows and everything stay shut. And like you see the just different colors of lightning casting these like bright, bathing like the inside these bright swaths of different colors. And then you're waiting for it to break, but it keeps getting stronger. And I'm gonna roll something here.
Random encounter.
First off,
Am I the
Wow,
only one
way
not
to go.
coughing tonight?
Sorry, I choked on my air. Okay. Sorry.
But I'm going to need a couple things to happen. Psyche, first, I want you to roll for a Wellspring Surge.
I knew it. Why did you put Psyche in the middle of all of us?
Is it 6?
Yeah.
That's a 5.
All right, so Psyche is going to have a Wellspring Surge, and also the Mana Storm is going to do something.
Oh, boy.
So we'll handle the Mana Storm first. Oh, my goodness.
Oh no.
More snakes.
I rolled a 16, which is Wellspring.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The Mana Storm draws magical potential from deep within a random creature. That creature rolls a d20 and uses the Wellspring Surge table to determine it. So I'm going to roll for who else gets a Wellspring Surge, because you just get one automatically, unfortunately.
Is this between
Or
the
chance.
5 of us or everybody on the ship?
I'm going to do the people, so you three, and then Celesta and Usuver.
I hope
Okay.
it's me and I get just like a second one.
We need to spread out in this room.
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Well, she is part elf. Eleanor gets a Wellspring Surge. I'm a little nervous.
All right, so I'm going to roll twice, and you get to pick which one you want because of your
Yeah.
stuff, Psyche. 18 and a 4. Number 4 is Magical Nemesis. You get to choose between this, which is a random creature connected to your magic or initimal to it. I don't know what that means. Appears within 60 feet. That creature should be of a level.
It just starts falling.
To quote one of my favorite books, not again.
Not again. A random creature connected to your magic appears within 60 feet. The creature should be of a level appropriate or equal to an animal summoned by summon animal. The spell level, although it can be determined on your any type, blah, 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 blah. GM determines the specific creature. The creature is unfriendly to you and friendly to your apparent enemies. What do you want to summon and where do you want it?
What else was the other
other
choice?
option?
18 is going to be emotional turmoil. A swirl of conflicting emotions overwhelm you
Emotional
from the
damage.
searching magic. For 1 minute, attempt a DC 11 flat check at the start of each of your turns. On a success, gain a +2 status bonus to all attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks. On a failure, you take a -2 penalty to them instead.
Okay, that's fine. I will take the 18.
Emotional.
okay.
I just imagined you summon a horse and just
An angry horse.
angry. Is that your
No.
spirit animal? An angry horse.
Okay, I don't have a spirit animal. I have a persona.
So you could either.
Persona.
I would allow you to do the animal and basically get by for free because it will just fall.
I don't think that's fair to the animal.
No.
It's your
Do a
enemy.
flying animal.
It's summoned. It's not going to be.
Animal actively hates you.
Or you can do the emotional turmoil, which could be good or bad depending on what you roll each round.
I mean, it's only 10 rounds. And it could be really, really funny to just have Psyche first stand on end, turn towards Chester, and start bawling.
Chester moved to the wall. he doesn't.
So you get the emotional turmoil then, right?
Hang on.
You're going to roll.
Gonna roll
Highs or
for it.
lows? Highs or lows, pick one.
Let's do high is emotional turmoil, low is the other one.
3.
That's low.
That's low.
All right.
So what animal
What persona?
embodies your connection to magic?
A honey badger.
A honey badger, and you want it to just.
I want it to be
To be
with
fair, by rules of summon, it should probably appear somewhere safe.
I want
but
it to be with the goblins.
No. Well, it wouldn't hate the goblins.
And it
'cause
wouldn't be able
goblins-
to escape either.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
You summon it 60 feet of you, and you see it like get swept up in an air current and go right into the propeller of one of the engines.
No, that's so bad.
It's summoned, so it doesn't like
It doesn't die.
die. It just like turns magical and fades away.
De-summons.
It summons, appears on the window.
I'm so sorry.
We don't have to do that. What would you like to happen to it?
I just kind of want it to demanifest naturally. It'll just summon up somewhere that it can't get to me.
It sits on top of the airship and gets in the ballista.
It summons into one of the restrooms, and we just never know it's there in the first place.
It leaves a big dump in the restroom.
That disappears whenever
Ultimately,
it does.
it's not going to matter because it's going to go away.
Okay.
Now let's roll for a Suvu.
Oh, no, it was Eleanor.
For Eleanor.
Or Eleanor. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Oh, no. Monstrous transformations is 5. Your head and arms transform into an exaggerated imitation of a creature connected to your magic for 1 minute. The GM determines the creature. Uh-oh. You gain a status bonus to weapon and unarmed damage rolls equal to spell level.
You become like a horrifying approximation of Psyche.
I don't know because I don't have magic.
At the start of each of your turns while you're transformed, you must succeed a will saving throw or be confused at the start of your next turn.
Oh, shit.
That's bad.
On a critical success, you can choose to end this effect entirely and losing the status bonus. So you get a bonus, I'm going to say equal to level 1. So you get a +1 bonus to your a status bonus to your weapon and unarmed damage stuff. Yeah, weapon damage. This is not attacks. This is damage rolls. But you'll have to make these will checks. What animal do you feel connected to as Eleanor?
A pigeon.
No, what's like a really fancy fighty animal?
A pigeon.
What?
A honey badger.
Another honey? No.
No, like a boo.
Maybe she's
Not a monkey. I hate monkeys.
No, a boo. The fighting rooster.
Oh my goodness. A rooster?
Cat.
I mean, cats are fighters.
I want to be a kitty.
What about a beta?
I don't want to die.
You won't. That's not part of the thing.
Guys, I can breathe.
You could be a shark lady.
Cat person.
Cat person's the
I'm
easy
gonna go
one.
with cat person.
So you start to like grow fur on your arms and neck. Your like features become more feline. You get a little bit like buffer, I guess. And you get claws and little pads on your fingers. Make a will save.
Eleanor, you're turning into a cat. What kind of unholy magic's do this to a person?
Eleanor, Kit Kat. Oh, that was out of the box.
Jacob looked at Drow.
Oh, no.
Drow did the kitty ears.
14. I rolled
Total?
a 4.
You are confused.
Oh.
You don't have your wits about you when you attack wildly. You're a flat-foot and don't treat anyone as your ally, though they may treat you as yours. You can't delay or ready or use reactions. You use all your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips, though the GM can have you use other actions to facilitate attack. You get confused and you start attacking whoever's next to you. I don't think...
They're determined randomly by the GM.
Yeah.
Jeez, confusion is a lot worse in this game than it is in 1E.
Yeah, because you just go... In 1E, you roll for what you do, which can...
Yeah, you could do normal.
Which is normal. It's like only a quarter of the time do you actually attack your allies. This one, you just go attack your friends no matter what. What I'll say happens is you're going to attack... who's next to you?
Me.
Only Psyche
Oh,
here.
Chester.
You
You stop
moves.
that.
Chester will go back.
You stop that.
Who do I attack?
High, Chester, low, Psyche. Oh, Chester.
Great.
Make an attack roll against
You're
Chester.
about to critical Chester.
You can't critical.
Oh, really?
No.
I got a 12.
Total?
Yeah, well, what do I add to it? My unarmed
You're
strike?
attacking me.
Do your unarmed one.
Then Chester, that's a 26 to hit.
Oh, of course that hits. Chester's only got a 21 AC.
My apologies, you can crit. I was looking at the rules for attacking yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so punch Chester with some damage.
So I scratch him
Yeah.
with my new kitty claws.
I don't know what your damage die is for your unarmed attack. Does it show you?
D4 plus 2.
Eleanor, why are you looking at me like
It'll be
that?
+3 because of your stuff.
Oh, so D4 plus 3.
Yeah, roll and hit him. Hit him.
Why? Why you? What's Eleanor?
Why has everyone turned to
6
cats?
damage, 1 short of max.
Oof.
And I'll just say, for sake of narrative brevity here, if you back away from Eleanor, I don't know if she can move while being confused.
She can. It just.
No, she just jumps onto the ceiling and holds on with her kitty claws.
Use all your actions to strike or cast defensive things.
Or move so the target is in reach or so forth.
Okay.
Just keep moving and I can't reach you.
So Eleanor starts acting up, and in the middle of all this, you hear over the sound of the storm.
There we go. Of course.
The
There's
sound
the
of
harpies.
beating wings. You look out and you see like moving figures, and you hear things thunk, 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 landing on the back part, and bursting through, because this happens really quickly. The door here, you see
Wait, am I going to be confused for this whole
these
thing?
creatures. They have wings. They're not harpies.
They're Strix.
They're not Strix.
Oh.
They have these strange tattoos. They have these like animalistic feet, and they look insane. They have 2 scimitars, like one in each hand, and they like kick down the door, coming into the airship after you. And we'll deal with them in our next episode.
Wait, am I going to be a confused kitty person?
You roll at the beginning of your turn.
Crap.
Lol.
You thought it was harpies. You were wrong. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. And we are also on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of this podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon Podcast. Our theme for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.